This is Gary Guyman with the Dominate the Day podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to help you get 1% better in your business, provide clarity, and give you some ideas that will help you grow your business. If you're ready to dominate the day, let's go.
Dominate the day, that's what we're about to do. If you don't want to dominate, then this podcast ain't for you. But if you are, then keep listening, cause every single damn day, the mission is to dominate. You already know we're here to dominate the day. So if you want to dominate every day, then let's go, it's time to grow. This is another episode of Dominate the Day.
What's going on? It's Tuesday in the Dominate the Day studios, and we're talking about Titans. Talking about Titans up in here. People who are leaders, people who show what winning is all about. Last week I talked about probably the greatest college basketball coach to ever coach, even though I wasn't a fan of his team, John Wooden. And this week I want to talk about considered one of the greatest football coaches of all time, and that's Vince Lombardi. He was a football coach in the NFL during the 60s, and he coached a team by the name of the Green Bay Packers. And he led them to 5 Super Bowls. I believe they were just called championships at the time. And then when the Super Bowl started, he won the first 2 Super Bowls, 66 and 67. The guy was a winner, straight up winner. He pursued leadership in a way that made people want to respect him. And the funniest thing about him is his only head coaching job before he became the head coach of the Green Bay Packers was he was a head coach of a high school for 4 years. After that, he went to Fordham, Army, and the New York Giants, and he was assistant. Like, he never had a head coaching job at college or in the pros until he became the head coach and the general manager of the Green Bay Packers. And he was the head coach for 8 or 9 years, and he won 8 freaking championships. I mean, seriously? Like, it's pretty fucking phenomenal. He embodied winning. He always made sure that he developed people, and that was probably one of his biggest contributions to the sport of football was, from his 8 years as a head coach at the Green Bay Packers, he produced 7 more head coaches from that. So he developed people to become leaders. And, Vince Lombardi's legacy is that he was a developer of leaders. He wasn't just a leader of leaders, he was a developer of leaders. He produced 7 head coaches in the NFL over an 8-year period. There's guys that have coached in the NFL for 20 years that haven't produced 7 head coaches. And these 7 head coaches all held positions for at least 10 years. You look at Bill Belichick. He's a pretty good example of guys that produce head coaches. Now, Bill Belichick's been a head coach a lot longer than 8 years. I think 25 or 30 years going on. He head coach at Cleveland for 4 or 5 years, and he's a head coach at the Patriots now, I guess, 22, 23 years. So going on 30 years as a head coach, and you can't name a lot of assistants that came from Bill Belichick that were winners, that lasted a long, long time. Bill O'Brien probably is trying to think here. Bill O'Brien is probably the most winningest of his coaches, but I could be wrong. Lombardi had 7. With at least 10-year careers, and I'm pretty sure all 7 of them had winning seasons, all 7 years. So he's a developer of leaders. He's not a leader of leaders. He's a developer of leaders. His job was to make them become the best that they could be, and he poured into them, and he developed them to be just that. Now, as a coach, I'm sure, he focused on his players and he focused on development, but as a leader of leaders and a developer of leaders, he focused on making them better. That's what you should be doing in your business. What are you doing to make the people that you're responsible for better? What are the things that you're doing on a daily basis to give them the opportunity to grow? What are the things you're doing on a daily basis to give them the opportunity to learn and excel and succeed? Give people opportunity. Sometimes that opportunity is going to create failure. Let them fail. Let them fail and fix. Let them succeed and win. If you give people opportunity, you give people chances, you're going to create an organization that is bound to win. You're going to create an organization that's determined to win, and you'll definitely dominate the day.
Dominate the day, that's what we're about to do. If you don't wanna dominate, then this podcast ain't for you. But if you are, then keep listening, cause every single damn day, the mission is to dominate. You already know we're here to dominate the day. So if you wanna dominate every day, then let's go, it's time to grow. This is another episode of Dominate the Day.